Over the past 2 months, Ethiopian authorities say they have arrested 98 people whom they describe as anti-peace elements. The suspects were allegedly trying to cross over into the country from Eritrea. Reports say that those arrested were from the Eritrea-based Jimbot 7 and Oromo Liberation Front terrorist organizations. A local official also says that 15 people arrested this week were planning to attack socio-economic institutions. There is a state of emergency currently in Ethiopia as government tries to deal with the unrest caused by protesters, including those from the Oromia region. Tobacco farmers in Zimbabwe have not been spared by the cash crisis in the country. Last month, they held a demonstration demanding their pay after the government failed to review upwards their withdrawal limits to $1,000 a day. Several farmers say they still cannot access money from tobacco sales despite official data indicating that over $50 million has so far been traded in this year's annual auction.
Tobacco farmers in Zimbabwe are demanding their money after weeks of payment delays as the country continues to experience cash shortage. Small-scale farmers have been camping at various tobacco auction houses in the capital, Harare, waiting for checks, and even staged a demonstration last month in protest of payment delays. At the start of the annual tobacco auctions in Harare last month, Agriculture Minister Joseph Maid told farmers that they would be allowed to withdraw $1,000 from banks per day to allow them purchase farming inputs for next season.
I have been coming here for 3 weeks and even spent the Easter holiday here, and there is still no money. I sold my tobacco and was given a voucher, which means my payment should have been processed by now. I don't understand why I still have to wait for another 72 hours to get my money.
We were not expecting the money in bond notes only, but half in bond notes and the other half in US dollars. We're also expecting all our payments in full as per tradition, and we asked the minister responsible to intervene.
The Boka Auction Floor Operations Manager, Moses Bias, says farmers are not receiving their payments in time because most don't understand new government regulations on processing their funds.
If you look back before, farmers didn't have the bank accounts. All they were doing, they were coming in, sell their tobacco, and we would give them a check voucher, which they would then go to the bank and present to the bank, and then they'll get all the cash out. And now, it's a different story now. And for them to try and adjust from the old system to the new system.
Tobacco is Zimbabwe's single largest export commodity ahead of platinum and gold. Official statistics indicate that over $50 million has so far been traded in tobacco sales, but farmers are worried that they may not have enough time to prepare for the next season if they don't get their money in good time. Nelson Banya is an economic analyst based in Harare.
In terms of the tobacco production cycle, it's very tight between the onset of the marketing season and the start of the preparations for the next season, and most of these preparations actually rely on cash payments, and as a result there is a heavy demand for cash. Yes, tobacco farmers will bring in quite a bit of liquidity, but that liquidity is also required in terms of them prepping up for the next season. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle.
The country abandoned its own hyperinflation hit currency in 2009 in favor of the US dollar, but a widening trade deficit, lack of foreign investment, and a decline in remittances by Zimbabweans abroad have helped to fuel foreign currency shortages.